Let's begin. And let's get one thing straight. This is not a discussion. This is an indictment. We're here to conduct a forensic analysis of a predatory system that's been hiding in plain sight, masquerading as spiritual exchange. Welcome to The Harvest. You want the truth? Fine. But we're not going to be gentle about it. This is the autopsy. We're not going to whisper. We are going to rip this thing wide open. And just so we're clear, this isn't about shaming poverty. This is about naming a system that turns real expertise into pocket change. So let's get to the central accusation, the word donation. It's become moral camouflage. It's a word used to enable exploitation, plain and simple. It creates a level of entitlement that would be absolutely unthinkable in any other professional setting.
And don't get it twisted, this has nothing to do with humility. It's a market strategy, dressed up in virtue. Think about it. People who would never, ever dare ask for a free meal feel perfectly justified demanding your skilled labor for the price of a gumball. That is not humility.
Okay, enough theory. Let's move to the evidence. Let's open the case files. Let's look at the profiles of those who demand professional services for, quite literally, nothing. Let's start with Exhibit A, the vacation planner. The ask, a detailed 7-day vacation forecast, advice on renting a Jeep, and astrological cross-checks. The offer? 2 to 4 euros. The sheer audacity is, well, it's breathtaking. They want an hour of complex logistical and psychic work for less than a cup of coffee. And next up, Exhibit B, the house decision. Oh, this one's a classic. They want financial counsel on buying a house, a major property purchase. The offer? I can't afford a reading. You see what's happening, right? They're hijacking your gift for high-stakes property speculation, something they'd pay a lawyer thousands for, but they come to you with an empty wallet. Or how about Exhibit C, the lawyer envy? A 6-figure earner who needs you to validate their professional status and sort out their workplace drama. Their generous offer? $5.55. You know why? Because a therapist costs more than that. They're just outsourcing their emotional labor to you for couch cushion money. And then we have Exhibit D, the homeless person with pictures that look like they're from Vogue. They claim to be homeless to get your sympathy, but their profile is a highlight reel of fancy clothes, perfect nails, and selfies from their last trip abroad. This is not poverty. This is performative scarcity. It is a calculated narrative, pure gaslighting, designed to get you to work for free. This behavior is so common, it needs its own name, the guilt trip. It's that specific form of gaslighting when someone uses a tiny donation to claim moral high ground and demand a full service session. It's that classic line, I donated, what more do you want? Let's be brutally clear. A donation is a thank you. It is not a transaction. They're laundering their entitlement and calling it energy exchange. Now, beyond these individual insults, this entitlement creates a systemic rot. It poisons the entire ecosystem. It's time for the damage report. Here's what this systemic infection does. It devalues real skill into cheap sound bites. It creates addiction loops for people who just want a quick hit of reassurance. It enforces this idea that scarcity is a virtue. And the result? It burns out practitioners with endless requests, leaving a trail of depleted experts in its wake. If you want to see it in black and white, just look at the economics of this cruelty. A professional rate is 100 euros. The average donation is 2. The math here doesn't just not add up. It is a deliberate, calculated insult to your expertise. And to put that in perspective, to make a living wage at that rate, you'd need to do 50 sessions a day. 50. With no admin time, no rest, no sleep. This is not a business model. It is a blueprint for a complete physical and emotional collapse. Okay, enough diagnosis. It's time for the counteroffensive. It is time to arm yourself against this assault. So here is the ammunition. First, you have to recognize their script. It's all about laundering. They launder language. Donation replaces pay to erase their responsibility. They launder validation. It was spot on is supposed to replace payment. And they launder referrals. I highly recommend you. It's just free advertising for your unpaid work. This is not a compliment. It's contract language designed to drain you. So you need to use these, word for word, with no apology. Stop explaining yourself, stop justifying, stop negotiating, it's over. This is your first line of automated defense, an auto reply. 1 free sentence is my public gift. Full consultations are X price.
Donations are welcome, but are not a substitute for professional service. Here is the payment link. It's clear, it's cold, and it works. And when they inevitably come back with the whine, "But I donated," you hit them with this: "Thank you for the donation. A donation covers gratitude. It is not a ticket to a private consultation. Choose a paid slot if you want professional results." This shuts down that guilt trip immediately. The conversation is over. And for the ones who are particularly dense, the ones who still don't get it, this is the final word. The one-sentence cold cut. I trade competence for fees, not applause. It's unarguable. It's a brick wall. And here are some copy-ready zingers. Pin these to your profile. Drop them like bombs in the comments. Compliments don't pay rent. Actual exchange does. Free readings train freeloaders. Boundaries train clients. Humble isn't a synonym for broke your craft. And my personal favorite, if your price says I can't afford it, your value is not my problem. So what's the verdict? The clean exit. And let's be clear, this is not about being cruel. This is about building a sustainable practice. This is about revaluing your own labor and demanding respect. So here's how you reframe the market. 1, standardize your products. 2, pin your price list publicly. 3, offer a free funnel that actually converts people to paying clients. 4, teach them the math. And 5, and this is the most important, block the energy vampires. No exceptions, period. Look, this is an economic and an ethical correction. And yes, you will lose the whiners, you will lose the entitlement artists. Good. Let them go. You'll be left with the clients who actually respect your craft, honor your work, and end the harvest. Because if they can afford a selfie on vacation, they can afford a real reading. Case closed.